Bits wish for a prison canteen, wouldn't you say, Vince?
Times have changed, Crills. Civilization has come on since the Birdman of Alcatraz. Celtic Tiger will have something to do with it too, no doubt.
Still, I never thought a prison would feel this deserted.
Weren't you listening to the news on the trip from the courthouse?
Not really, Vince. I was away in another world, looking out the window at all the lovely pubs and offers that we'll not be near for another 3 months.
I never thought they'd send us down, first offences and whatnot. But that's premier crew for you. Robbing €8,000 worth of it, rather. 8 pallets of Black Tower would've gotten us about 20 minutes community service.
2 contempt of court charges couldn't have helped either.
The state solicitor tried to paint us as a right pair of scoundrels, didn't he? I took exception to his remarks.
Was there any real need to call him a scurrilous piece of shit, though?
There was every need. You'd have been fine yourself if it wasn't for the amount of times the judge had to tell you to wake up.
I was in a stag's head last night. Didn't get home till 5 and my alarm went off at 8. I couldn't keep me eyes open.
Shame the magistrate didn't drink in the stags. It all counted against us, Crills. We're our own worst enemies.
So what was on the news that I missed?
Mass riot in this place yesterday. Had to get the army in to help restore order.
Really?
The inmates are on 24-hour lockdown now.
Shit.
Shit is right. Who will we get our booze from now?
On the drive here I was worrying about what unspeakable things might happen us.
Sergeant Maggett again didn't help things, saying that a dashing young man like you would have no shortage of admirers up here.
He wasn't nice, was he? He's just glad he won't have to fish me out of the river for another 3 months. Yes, I was a bit anxious earlier, thinking about the chances of being, buggered in the showers, of circulating with psychopaths, bullies, violent extortionists. And then I started thinking about even worse fates.
Me too. Drink's never far from my thoughts. I don't fancy cold turkey in a place like this.
You don't think we'll be out before Christmas?
I am referring to withdrawals symptoms, doofus. Do try and keep up, Crilly.
The shakes have already started in me ankles. Won't be long now before I am quaking all over like a runaway Kango hammer. Why don't I go over to one of the dinner ladies? Offer to sweep up if she gives us some of her cooking wine.
Alas, I don't think fine dining would be high on the prison's list of priorities. Listen, Crills, I'd kind of anticipated us getting incarcerated. So on the way to court this morning I decided to deposit a lump of cannabis up me sphincter. The idea was to barter it for some booze. But that won't happen now if everyone's locked down. Worst case, we split the gear in half and go on a nice trip for a few hours.
I've something of a confession to make myself, Vince.
Go on.
Sitting there in the stag last night I too got to thinking, what if we got sent down? So first thing this morning I rolled up me last 20 and stuffed it up me chuff.
Monsieur Cadorge. The force is strong with this one. You make a duck's ass of things from time to time, Crills, but there are occasions when you truly are an inspiration.
Remember that shifty-looking prison guard that took us to our cell earlier and said if there's anything he can do to make our stay here more comfortable, just let him know?
I think he was being ironic.
I am not so certain. Thought he had a wily look in his eye. Maybe we could try and bribe him into getting us some booze. Tenner for him, tenner for LCL, we won't even know ourselves.
A tenner's worth of tins would be impossible to smuggle in without raising suspicion. Something discreet and concealable inside a jacket might better suffice.
A couple bottles of Blue Label vodka, say.
2 bottles of vodka for a tenner. Where do you think we are, Crilly? Russia circa 1946?
Poutine then?
Poutine can be a rare enough thing to come by.
Not if we make our own.
How many potatoes do you think it will take to make 1 bottle of poutine, Crilly? And how the fuck would we get them in here? You haven't got the hands to bless yourself, kid. No, we'll ask that fellow to get us some pure alcohol from a hardware store and we can water it down.
He shoots, he scores.
Now could I be so bold as to ask you something?
Ask away, Vince.
Remember when we were being led from the courtroom and you asked Sergeant Maggett again, could you go to the toilet?
I was absolutely bursting.
Did you happen to go for a number 1 or a number 2?
A number? Shit. I would forget me head if it wasn't screwed on.
You're getting fuck all of this fucking cannabis, Krills, you pea-brained chimpanzee.